everybody, and welcome to the very first ChapCap. I'm your host, John Chapman, and this is the ChapCap, which is a podcast of Cal Poly's sketch comedy club called The Nightcap with Arlo Rudy. In this show, we sit around and talk about things that matter and things that probably don't matter at all. Each week, we will have two members from Nightcap as guests talking about what they are passionate about, and then we'll also have one special guest. This week, we have the privilege... I can't say words. We have the privilege to have our very own Alex Holmes and Arlo Rudy here. They are writers for The Nightcap, and Arlo is also the host of The Nightcap with Arlo Rudy. How are you guys doing today?
Pretty good.
Yeah. Thanks for having us.
Thanks for making the trip out here. I don't know. You guys are going to make... It was tough getting here.
15-minute drive.
Getting here to the studio, you know. And this week, our special guest, for those of you who aren't seeing me in person, I'm doing quotations. No, he's a great guy. It's Wylie Hughs.
Ooh.
He also is on The Nightcap. Wait till I finish introducing you,
All right.
okay?
We have beef.
We have beef. It's all right. We wanted to start this first show with a little bit of spice. Anyways, he is also happens to be on the Nightcap writing team. He's a producer of this very podcast. He is a stereotypical English major and a member of Cal Poly's improv team, Smile Not. He wrote this for me, so if you have any qualms of how I introduced him, you can contact him on social media.
I did write it.
How are you doing today, Wylie?
I'm doing good.
That's great. Are you guys ready to have merriment and good times and learn a little bit about each other?
Merriment?
Merriment.
Let's make merry.
Yeah.
Who's Mary?
Well, there's a lot of Marys. I know. Anyways, we're going to go into our first segment. It's called Take 5. It's where I ask 5 questions. Usually it's more. Just random things. Rapid fire. We'll start with you, Arlo. I have a question. What is the first thing that comes to your mind when you think of human achievement?
Trains, like the railroad.
Trains?
The railroad. I don't know. That just
The rail.
the railroad.
The Intercontinental
The
Railroad?
Intercontinental Railroad. Yeah.
Can you explain a little about
Or actually, the Panama Canal.
the Panama Canal?
What is up with you and infrastructure?
I don't know. First thing that comes to my mind, because that was insane. That's such a. I mean, I've actually gone through the Panama Canal, and I've actually done that. So, yeah, just seeing that was all man-made is pretty incredible.
I mean, that's yeah. I would be able to do it.
Yeah.
Yes, I would not.
You're too big.
I just put the image in my mind of John just like digging in Panama.
Oh, God.
He's the one guy building the Panama Canal.
I mean, if I put my heart into it, I could do it.
The big shovel.
All right. Alex, you're up. So what do you say to people who ask you what you want to do with your life?
Serious answer, I want to direct.
Yeah, direct what kind of stuff?
Horror.
Yes.
Horror films? TV
Horror
shows?
films, that's my goal. Maybe throw claymation into the mix, we'll see.
Horror
Wait, that'd be
claymation.
sick.
Yeah.
Has there ever been a claymation horror?
I don't think so. I mean, maybe
I
just
guess
like YouTube
Nightmare.
skits, but like not a
Nightmare
full
Before
movie.
Christmas, like Tim
Oh,
Burton.
yeah.
But
It
that's
doesn't
not...
like scary.
It's
Yeah.
a
The
pretty scary.
boogeyman with the
I know.
bugs, that's the scary part.
now that movie has a lot of merriment.
That movie makes merry.
What so would you write the movies you'd be making, or would you freelance?
I'd like to write my own, yes.
Oh, cool.
Write, direct,
Yeah, right,
star.
direct.
Wow.
Sorry. Cover myself in clay.
And so how long do we have to wait before the first claymation horror movie comes out?
Couple years, baby.
Couple
Just
years
you
we're
wait.
going? Oh, I'm waiting. I'm excited. All right, now Wylie, what is the time you have betrayed someone?
Oh, shoot.
Me.
Oh, God. This is... Oh, man. Okay, so this one guy I was friends with in high school, he had this girlfriend that he was having, like very on and off, like, relationship with her. And, like, he said to me one time, he was, like, confessing to me, he's like, yeah, and one time, like, sometimes I think, like, she wants to hook up with you, like, and I'm like, and then that put the thought in my mind, oh my god, I should totally hook up with this girl.
And you did?
And you did?
No, I didn't.
Oh.
So you didn't betray him?
Well,
Your thoughts did.
the thought was put into my mind like, oh, I could totally make this guy so angry.
You
I like-
should've.
It's really, yeah, dark.
Do you think if you had the opportunity, you would have?
Yeah. And I would have a whole lot of moral qualms with that, but
Wow. Well, I'm never going to talk to you about women. My woman.
My women.
my women.
The woman okay, never mind. We know. Okay, next is, this is a question for the whole panel here. What do you think Miranda Cosgrove is doing right now?
Hopefully sleeping.
Probably studying in the library. Doesn't she go to USC or something?
I have no
Can we
idea.
remind
I'm pretty
everybody
sure.
just to
Uh,
Miranda
who's-
Cosgrove
Oh, she's the
is-
star. She's the star. Okay, she's been.
Just everybody
She's
on
the
the
star
panel.
of
iCarly.
Nickelodeon's iCarly.
Was she a little sister?
And
Drake and Josh, yeah.
Oh, and Drake and Josh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. She goes to
Yeah.
USC.
She was at school for
She
a while.
follows me
Maybe
on Twitter.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe she's
Why
hanging out with.
She follows like 10,000 people, but it's really weird that she follows me. I don't even follow her.
How did
So
she?
you're cooler than Miranda Cosgrove.
When I first made my Twitter, she just followed me.
That's kind of crazy.
It's weird.
Maybe she wants to be your friend.
Maybe. I should DM her. Ask her
That's what
what's-
she's doing right now.
You
What's
should
Alex up to?
DM her right now. You should ask her.
Okay, well.
Do it right now.
Okay.
Okay, while she's doing that, this is the last question of Take 5, and it is, so we're going to rename California. What do we name it?
Rename. Okay.
We're going to rename it. You have a couple seconds to think about this.
Mm.
While you're thinking about this, I just want to thank everyone who is listening. This is our first show, so it's going to be a little rough, but it's going to be a good time. That was my
Okay.
nickname in high school. That wasn't, but...
Oh my god.
Alex DM'd Miranda Cosgrove. It's what does that check mark mean? Certified?
Not certified.
Like
but-
famous.
Validated. No.
No,
Verified.
Verified. Thank you. That was our producer, Liam. It's verified. She said, "Hey, Miranda, heart." So we'll see how that plays out in the next hour. So how would you rename California?
Okay. I would split California in two, and there'd be NorCal Normand and SoCal Sammy, and they're just personified states.
Like, what kind of dynamic do they have?
Well, we have to have somebody named Norman to be the NorCal governor, and then Sammy is the SoCal governor.
Is Norman just like better?
No, he's just really normal and gross.
Gross.
Gross, normal and gross.
Yeah.
Yikes. Okay, that's an interesting concept. What about you, Arlo?
I may also split NorCal and SoCal just because they're so different. They're so different.
Yeah.
And when I think of Northern California, I think of tall trees.
What would you
So,
name them?
tall trees? Tall trees?
I'm getting there.
The name is Tall Trees.
So I would just name it. Oh, you're going to Tall and Rocky because it's a
Tall and
coastline
Rocky.
and there's lots of rocks and there's tall trees.
SoCal.
And then Southern California, beaches and desert.
You name it beaches
This
and
is
desert.
This is beaches and desert.
Hi, welcome to Beaches and Desert.
I'm from beaches and desert.
But they also think that they're like super cool. So I think Southern California like dry and fly. Like, oh, so I'm dry.
Dry and fly.
Dry and
Run
fly.
fly.
Because it's like
That's
a dry
also
heat.
gross to me somehow.
Oh yeah,
Everything's gross.
yeah.
All right, rapid fire. What's your answer?
Moist sand.
Moist.
See, that gets both Southern and Northern
I'm
California.
mixing them up.
Moist
There's
sand is
moist
like
sand and
I think she
North
wins
Carolina.
this question because both of you. I didn't ask you to separate California. So
Breaking
We're
up.
looking.
well, tell Jerry Brown that. All right, so now we're gonna get into what the meat of this show is, and so what we do is we ask the meat. Okay, gonna grab the reins again. The meat of this show is everyone comes in with a topic they are passionate about, and we talk about that topic. So our first topic is Alex. You brought on this topic. Why don't you talk about it?
Hey guys, So I'm just here to talk a little bit about cartoon characters that I find hot, or just ones that like were my sexual awakening as a young toddler.
Really weird.
Oh, hey.
So like to start off, like I think my taste specifically is more like bordering on inhuman and like supernatural. So like Chucky from Rugrats was one of my top.
What?
Along with that was
Why?
like Danny Phantom because like he had powers, and then Jafar.
That's why
From
you're showing me that
Aladdin.
picture.
Danny Phantom had like goth kind of.
Yeah,
vibes,
he's like
too.
kind of like goth, like bad boy.
Emo, like.
Whereas Chucky's more like playful.
Wait, is Chucky an adult or a
Chucky
little
from
No,
kid?
he's a kid in
Alright.
Rugrats.
So not all Rugrats all grown
I
up.
don't find him hot now. I do.
Thank you for making that clear.
So that's why you're showing me pictures of Chucky earlier today. I was
Yeah.
a little confused, but
Yeah.
I was delighted.
Yeah.
And just to clarify, it's not Chucky all grown up, or not Chucky. All
I mean,
grown
it could be all grown up now. I haven't really looked at him lately, but as a kid, it was definitely Rugrats Chucky.
up. Okay.
Just because, I don't know. That was just my taste.
Do you have any? Well, do you have like a front runner for any? For who's your front runner?
Frontrunner, I think Chucky. For some people, I feel like mostly it's like Aladdin types, like the hero.
Aladdin types.
For others, depends. I don't know.
It's weird to me that you choose somebody from Rugrats because I always thought that the animation in Rugrats was like a little bit
Creepy.
scary and creepy.
Frightening.
Yeah.
This is very sharp.
I guess that is you. You are very creepy,
Yeah.
into creepy.
Hey, that's my. Oh, you're my guest, special guest. So like, what about you, Wylie? You into any cartoons?
Totally Jessica Rabbit, I guess.
Oh well, yeah.
I
I mean, I think
I think
that's,
Jessica Rabbit
I feel like that's
was,
too basic of an
was
answer.
any
From
Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Roger Rabbit.
What do you think like was
I've not
going
heard
through
of
the
that
writers' minds when they created Jessica Rabbit? Like, let's get
Let's
Get a rabbit.
these little kids.
let's get
Yeah.
let's get the bored dads in the theaters.
yeah. That's so true. I think I did the hugest crush on Belle from Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah.
Something
Oh,
about that yellow
me
dress.
too.
Yeah.
It was the yellow dress and like the
What about the bestiality
The-
part?
not the bestiality part. I think it was
I
like
should
her
rewatch
personality.
that
like-
movie.
You didn't like watching that? No? Okay.
I think the whole thrill of the movie was that.
Here's
There's
just
bestiality
bestiality.
involved.
There's like a remake of it
Oh,
where
okay.
the guy. It was like live action though.
Beastly?
It was a Beastly
So
with
we
the
were
guy.
watching the trailer this morning
Oh,
where
really?
his skin is like covered in veins.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
Vanessa Hudgens. And
Yeah,
people-
Vanessa Hudgens. Yeah.
I read that book and I was obsessed with it. Like I thought it was such a unique
It seems
plot
very
line.
you.
But it's not, like it's bad.
Oh really?
I mean, it's like, it's
It,
really...
I thought it looked kind of cool but I saw that when I was like 12. or
It's like
something
the
that.
line, like the famous line is he goes, like he takes off his hood and he goes, gruesome, huh? And she goes, I've seen worse. So bad. So bad.
Wow. I have a random question for the panel. If you were to date any type of monster, we're gonna pretending we're like
A
in high
monster?
school and love Twilight. Like a
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Like mythological?
mythological.
Okay.
Oh.
Doesn't have to be human. No.
Shoot. That's a good question.
Like, I would like to seek out the Loch Ness monster and
Yeah, Nessie?
Nessie?
She thick.
Yeah. Imagine me rolling up to a party with Nessie on my arms. And
On your arms.
I just imagine like wearing Nessie like a scarf.
I used to read books about somebody. I think it was a play on Nessie, but it was called Tahoe Tessie.
Tahoe Tessie.
Is
Oh,
she's
actually?
from Tahoe?
Yeah.
Okay.
She lived in Tahoe, but I think it was a similar character.
Similar, yeah.
And I had coloring books and stuff. I got really into it.
Do you have any of those archived?
Tahoe Tessie here.
Probably at home.
colors? Yeah.
Probably at home. Yeah, she was really cool. I think one of them
She's
was
really
skiing.
cool.
Yeah.
Well, if we find those, we'll post them on the website. I think
Original drawing.
original drawings by Arlo Rudy. Fantastic. So I never what was I gonna say?
The monster thing?
The monster
Mine
thing.
is
Yeah.
Minotaur.
Minotaur.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Or Centaur. Or Satyr. Any of the three. Like half human, half animal.
What's
Why do I
satyr?
keep talking about animals?
What's satyr?
Satyr is goat human.
Goat human.
Yeah,
it's like from.
Do you
is that
remember
from,
Percy Jackson?
Yeah.
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 Or
His
like-
friend, what's his friend's name?
Grover.
Grover,
Yes.
yeah.
Classic.
Oh man, I love Percy Jackson. Yeah, that was the first thought that came to my mind. Like, what in
you want
Percy
to-
Jackson would I?
You
I
go.
guess.
Annabelle.
Well, this isn't. I don't know if this
She's
is in
beautiful. Annabeth.
Annabeth, damn it!
with gray
She's
eyes.
stunning.
Yeah.
Oh.
I want to. Well, the problem is that like I feel like there's not a whole lot of like female monsters. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
What's her
Medusa?
name? Medusa. Yeah.
Medusa, but that would be a nightmare.
You'd be stuck.
You
I
would,
was thinking Calypso, but
Oh,
just
yeah,
be
but-
abandoned on an island with
Yeah.
a beautiful. But that's not really a monster, and also yeah,
Oh,
that's not a
kind
bad
of.
situation.
not a bad situation. But
Yeah, not at all.
you're supposed to not do that. Apparently, that was a bad idea for Odysseus.
I mean, if you're trying to go on a quest and you end up on an island forever, it's
Don't mind.
You've kind of failed that quest.
Yeah.
Depends on what island it is. It could be the what's the one-eyed guy called?
Cyclops.
Cyclops.
Cyclops
Cyclops.
Island. Remember that one?
Yeah.
I'm not versed, but I'm enjoying hearing you guys.
Versed.
Verse.
I'm not versed in the.
First in the tricks of the trade.
Yeah. Did you ever say what kind of monster you want to hook up?
He said
Tamatessi.
Tamatessi.
Oh,
Tamatessi,
Tamatessi.
yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about your art.
Hook up with.
I thought you were just plugging.
Yeah,
It's a casual thing.
I thought you were just plugging your art. I'm sorry.
No, it just reminded me of that, and I was like, "She's super cool.
Hey, and we're in the,
Why not?"
we're in the to the same type of beings, you know.
Beans?
Beings.
Being
Oh, it's
beans.
beans.
probably the same kind of beings.
A
too.
human being.
Yeah, what kind of beans?
Yeah.
Black.
So like, on the topic of cartoons, like, what is? I just found out like my favorite TV show, Avatar: Last Airbender, or cartoon, I guess, is going to be on Blu-ray. What's your favorite cartoons when you're growing up?
Oh, Avatar was up there.
Yeah, it's
I
As a-
never watched it ever.
It used to be on Netflix. It was the. Dude, that's crazy to me because you would love
you
Avatar.
would love it. It was on Netflix.
It was on Netflix like a while ago. It was the first show I binge watched on Netflix.
Yeah.
I was like, it was like, I watched it when it was on air, but then like a few years later, I watched it on Netflix. So good. I guess that would be my favorite.
I didn't really. The only real cartoon that I watched, and I didn't even watch it consistently, was a Dragon's Tale. Is that
Dragon Tale.
Dragon's
Dragon
Tale,
Tale, yeah.
Dragon's
That's the
Tale.
only. I watched that like
Damn.
once every month.
Very good.
It was so
Yeah,
good.
it was good.
Wait, were
just
you the
once
kind of
every
kid
month?
who your parents didn't let you watch cartoons?
I got a good dose of silent films and
Silent film.
As a
silent
child?
film as a child, yeah. And
That's
then
kinda cool.
also
I
what was the TV show with all the little kids? The
Rugrats.
no.
Sesame Street.
No, with all it's
Mickey
black.
Mouse.
It's black. No, it's not animated. It's not animated.
Oh, Mickey Mouse House Club.
Clubhouse.
No, they had the dog with the black eye.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Blue's Clues.
Blue's Clues is what I was.
No, okay, it'll
Dog.
come to me at some point.
All right, you ruminate on that.
Oh wait, one show. Did you guys ever watch Redwall on PBS?
No.
That was a cool one. That's like Mouse Knights.
Interesting. Did you say your favorite?
SpongeBob.
SpongeBob.
I mean, like, yeah. I mean, that's like a basic
Basic.
answer, but like, it's
No,
so
it's
well
so
done.
good.
yeah, it is.
And Dragon Tales as well. Rugrats, Chucky's.
I-
Stunning.
I watched Zaboomafoo a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Watched
Oh,
Zaboomafoo?
that was fun.
Yeah. I like felt super cool that I knew what a capybara was.
Yeah,
No one
yeah.
else did.
No one else did.
And I was
I
kinda
pictured
like-
John at elementary school like, do you know what a capybara is?
and they're like, no.
They're like,
I'm
"What are you
walking around like
talking
I'm hot
about?"
shit. Okay. All right. Well, that was fantastic. Thank you, Alex.
Yeah.
Great little discussion happening. And we're going to go into our first segment, or second segment. I don't know.
Transitions.
Transition segment. There's a little game we like to call, and this game is called Open Tabs. So what I need everyone to do is to take out your phone and open up your Internet Explorer app. It's not Internet Explorer, but like your Chromes, your Safaris, and you keep. We're going to discuss like what tabs you have open to you. So let's start with Arlo. What tabs you got?
So I actually have a YouTube tab up here. It's with a guy named Kenny Strasser, or K Strass, strikes again. He's a yo-yo master that would appear on early morning local news networks and do yo-yo tricks. but he was terrible at yo-yo tricks.
So
And he's a comedian that would just get booked on early morning shows and make a complete
And just
fool of himself. Complete
is
fool of himself.
is striking again him coming back in the game?
Yeah. He toured. He would do a ton of these shows.
That's
So yeah,
so
this is him
funny.
striking again. Because of this, he got booked as a small part on The Office, and he met his wife there. It's Dwight's like.
Oh, the
friend.
guy
Yeah, that guy. Yeah,
who helps him with the building. Who
hits the bees.
So
he gets
funny.
The bee net. Yeah,
That guy was
that's
so
this
funny.
guy. This is before he was famous. Yeah.
Oh, that's
Who's
so
his
cool.
wife?
I think she was either a writer or producer for The Office. And
That's
she was the
amazing.
one that like found him, and like. got
That's
him
so
hired.
romantic.
Yeah, I
Oh,
know.
that's awesome.
So
Do you have
yeah.
any other interesting tabs to share?
I also just like really like looking at prices of houses, just
What?
like around slow.
You in the market?
I have that too.
Just always. So
That's what we've been doing.
there's when I walk from the bus stop to my house, and there are a few houses. Ooh, I just love. So I have one of those. I just look up the prices. So that's one of them. It's on Monterey Street.
Just like
And I love it.
interesting fact, like, if you're from San Luis Obispo, you know, or if you live here right now, you know how expensive housing is. Last year, I lived in like what is the equivalent of like a third world nation house. Like it was falling apart. It was awful. You know what the pricing of that is on Zillow is? Guess it's like $900,000
What?
Wow.
for this house that was falling apart.
Are we doing
Nothing
another
but-
housing bubble? I feel like
Maybe just in slow. What about you? What open tabs do you have, Alex?
I have a house as well that I'm looking at.
Oh,
it's that time of year.
It's that time of year. It's on Jeffrey Drive. Then I have Chucky Rugrats images.
love Jeffrey.
Ignore that. Then I have like a vegan like eating guide for like common restaurants, like CPK and stuff like that.
and it tells you just what items.
Yeah, it tells me what I can eat on the menu.
Where were you most recently at? Where that was?
I don't know. It's somewhere in LA, probably like.
Wow.
CPK.
Although I hate to butt in, but it was The Little Rascals. That's the TV show I watched.
That's so funny. You were thinking about this.
I was thinking about it the whole time. I tried to look it up. Oh, okay, yeah.
Thanks
The
for
Little Rascals. Yeah, of course. I just thought.
All right, Wylie. What are your tabs?
So I've one tab open, and it's the search is red guy, don't hug me, I'm scared costume. If you've seen Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared, the red guy, I really want to be him for Halloween because that's such a
good
cool
idea.
Can you
costume.
explain me what don't like?
Here's what he. Okay, well, Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. That's a whole conversation.
You need
This
to
is
watch
what the
it.
guy looks like. I should totally show you Don't
There's
Hug Me, I'm
something
Scared.
like attractive.
Well,
Could it be cartoony?
what this looks like to me is a man wearing an octopus head.
Wearing like
Well,
a mop.
It's like a mop, like a
Yeah.
red mop, really long. And yeah, Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared is really disturbing and also hilarious.
And it's so
and
interesting
super artistic.
because like his character is played by like a full man in a costume, and then the other two characters are puppets.
Puppets.
It's so weird.
Wow, I'm gonna check that out.
You should.
Yeah.
There are 6 different episodes. It's
How long are the episodes?
like 7 minutes each.
It varies.
Yeah, it depends.
The all 6 of them are 30 minutes. So
Yeah.
it's like 5
And
minutes
there's a
each. A
theme
little
for
bit.
each one. Like one is love, one is technology,
One is time.
time. Yeah.
The original Black Mirror.
No, it reminds me a lot of Black Mirror because it's a British thing too,
Yeah.
and it's like just like really, I don't know, like dark satire a little bit
Yeah.
or something. I don't know. What are yours?
Mine are interesting. One of my first one is I looked up what are well drinks. I mean, like like what drinks count as well drinks. It's a drink.
I gathered that much.
Okay, so I was at the bars and there's a deal on well drinks and like the only well drinks are just like I guess what you can get out of like it's like soda and type of hard alcohol and the only things I know like are gin and tonic and Coke and rums. So I was trying to figure out like other things to drink because I don't like most of those and I ended up with tequila and Coke.
That's a drink?
It's called a
can see that.
Mexicola.
Was it good?
It was really tasty. I mean, I love
I can see
tequila,
that.
so
Yeah.
it was a good time. And then the other one was the lyrics to "American Boy" by Estelle.
What?
And then the most recent one is a picture of Jessica Rabbit to show Arlo who Jessica Rabbit is.
I didn't know. Yeah. I just picture you in the middle of a club with people dancing and you're Googling drinks. I love that image.
We've done a lot of images of John doing various things, digging the Panama Canal at school with the capybara.
Wow. Well, that was Open Tabs. Thanks for playing. Everyone gets 5 points. Mark it down, Liam. We're going to go into our second topic, which is Arlo's topic.
Mm-hmm.
Marked it out on my head.
Our producer marked it down in his head. That was Liam. Thanks for interrupting. Okay, Arlo, it's your topic. What did you bring to the table today? What's going on?
Right. So I didn't grow up watching any Disney movies. That was just not something that I did. And so I still haven't watched very many Disney movies, and every time I'm in a conversation that people are talking about Disney movies, I feel really left out. So I'm just asking you all, what are like 2 or 3 main plot lines that I need to know in order to not feel so left out of these conversations about Disney movies that come up more often than you'd think?
I just find it interesting that your parents are like, you're not gonna watch Disney movies. You're gonna watch Charlie Chaplin dance.
Classic. Classic black and white silent film. The slapstick. Laurel and Hardy, Buster Keaton.
I mean,
Grounding.
that's
build up.
they're great stuff, but I mean, like as a child, I don't know. That wouldn't hold my attention.
No, not at all.
Well, I guess I was a more sophisticated child.
Yeah, but
Says the philosopher.
says the person who wants us to explain Disney movies. You wanna take this
Just
one?
like just a 1 or 2, or just like one main thing that I need to know.
Okay, we can just explain. I think we should just take turns explaining like the tropes.
Okay. Damsel in distress has a flaw, and then a white male saves her and looks past her flaw.
Oh,
Yeah.
and everyone's an orphan.
Yeah,
Pretty
no
much,
parents
no one
in
has
Disney.
parents.
Yeah.
No one has
wanna-
parents.
They do it because they want to include everyone. 'Cause,
Yeah.
You know.
Uh-huh.
And
A lot of like colorful hats.
there's a lot of hats.
a lot of like
Little
like
men.
secret royalty. So like people who like
Uh,
they don't seem like they're royalty, but really they have
Yeah.
royal blood, which goes back to like Middle English stuff. Too.
what about like people that like everybody thinks are like, oh no, she's not royalty, she's not pretty, and she like does one thing different, and they're like, whoa, she takes
Yeah,
off her
that's
glasses.
like Princess Diaries, kind of.
It's like Cinderella.
That's also Cinderella, yeah.
I have seen Princess Diaries.
Then you understand.
That's Shrek.
Oh yeah, Shrek, yeah.
Shrek's not.
But he was
I've
hot as
seen
an
Shrek.
ogre, so.
Was that one over here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Ogres and Minotaurs, huh?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Let's see, did you guys see Coco?
Coco
Yes.
I
made
heard it was
me.
insane.
Cry
It's
for
so good.
It was
Really good.
It was really good. I watched it 3 times.
It's so beautiful, like the afterlife kind of city that they have.
So
It's beautiful.
The detail in that one.
Oh my
video.
god, yeah,
yeah,
they
I
had like
watched a video on how they did
they
it and how much
dozens. Yeah, I watched the same video. Like dozens of artists working
Mhm.
on every single little bit.
That's amazing. Do you see the video of how they made like them play the guitar like with the fingers? Like
Oh, I'm sure that's so difficult to animate.
yeah, like they videotaped someone playing the music with the fingers, and then they like spent like years just like mastering like how the fingers move when they like
Yeah,
perfectly. And like
Well,
It's ridiculous.
the next time you watch it, you should just focus on how like him playing the guitar with his fingers. It's like mind blowing how realistic
oh,
it is.
really? It's interesting you say that because I heard, you know how in like anime movies there's that one trope where like they run with their arms behind them?
Yeah.
The reason why that is because they couldn't figure out how to get like the regular running motion. So they would just put people's arms behind them. It was just because, yeah, it's really hard to do that without it looking weird.
Do you remember the event where it was like you do that run through Kennedy Library?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, a Facebook event.
Did you guys?
Anime run.
I didn't participate, but I said I was interested on Facebook.
The funniest Facebook event I've seen is Windex the Bean in Chicago. Everybody just goes and Windexes the bean, makes it more shiny.
So like, for those who have seen Disney movies, like what do you think is the bet like your favorite one?
Yeah, if
The
I
best
needed
one?
to watch one or two of them,
Ooh.
I guess,
which one would
like,
be and
best-
why?
Let's change the question to like, what would you recommend that captures the essence of a Disney movie?
Yeah.
Minions.
Is this including Pixar?
No, I'm kidding. Oh yeah, including Pixar.
I would disclude Pixar.
Disclude. Okay.
I don't even know any.
I think that I would have watched when I was a child that I didn't.
You know,
That would give me better grounding.
shoot.
Like Hercules or something. Is that Disney?
Yeah, that's
Hercules was
Disney. That's
Disney.
Disney for sure. Did you guys ever see Princess and the Frog?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked that one a lot.
Yeah, it's a
That
good
was
one.
cool. Because I liked how it was what's it called? New Orleans.
Yeah.
And that's really cool.
Yeah.
They did that cool.
I would go with The Lion King as. Like,
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
You haven't seen it?
I actually have seen The Lion King. I saw it when it came out in theaters the
Oh, wow.
second time.
Oh yeah, it's a good movie. It's basically Hamlet, but you know. It's,
Well, The Lion King 2019,
Oh yeah.
that
Oh,
remake,
God,
is going
that's
to be
gonna be-
insane.
Eric Andre's in the cast.
Oh, everybody isn't John Oliver in the cast too?
Beyonce's what's her name?
Daniel Glover.
Everybody's in the cast.
Yeah.
Daniel
Donald
Glover.
Glover.
I said Daniel Glover.
Yeah, I said Daniel too.
yeah, Donald Glover is
Donald Glover,
Simba.
Beyonce.
Seth Rogen's Pumbaa.
Yeah.
It's
There's like a crazy good.
I think Jeremy Irons is the bad guy.
I can't remember.
What?
James Earl Jones. Wait, is that his name?
James Earl Jones. Yeah.
Yeah, he's in it.
Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Billy Eichner.
Oh,
Billy
Eichner.
Billy Eichner is
Timon.
Timon.
Yeah.
Who's Eric Andre?
He is.
I think he's one of the monk.
One
Or
of
no,
the
he's one of the
hyenas?
hyenas. Yeah.
Wasn't Whoopi Goldberg one of the original hyenas, or is it a different
Oh,
person?
I don't
Maybe.
know. I saw
Yeah,
it
she
on
was.
Broadway. Like
Was
when
it-
I was a
Oh,
kid.
really?
Me
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
I wish Whoopi was there.
Yeah, me too.
I always wish
Like-
I
wish
wish
Whoopi
Whoopi was
there.
everywhere.
Yeah. We all need a Whoopi
I just
in
want
our
to
lives.
pocket Whippy so I can pull her out and she can just tell me things.
I think the only time.
Keegan Michael Key is in it.
Oh,
that's right.
Who's he?
Kamari.
Kamari.
Who's
Key and
Kamari?
Peele.
Is
Key and
Kamari the
Keen Pete.
the baboon with the red butt or whatever?
Oh yeah.
Is
Yeah.
that-
That would work well.
Eric Andre's. Yeah.
Is Chadwick Boseman in it?
Chadwick Boseman. Oh yeah.
He
I
is?
feel like he should be.
He should be. He's so good. Oh my god.
He's so good.
Yeah.
He's so good.
He's so good.
So
Have you
good.
seen
dude.
Trolls?
No, you love that movie
It's
though.
my favorite.
I love the Justin Timberlake song.
I know. It's so
It's so fun.
so well done.
So yeah, I think it's gonna be a good movie. To wrap everything up, I think the live action.
pretty sure.
Wait, it's live action?
It's live action.
Are they not wearing
Well-
costumes?
No, I don't know why they said it's live action.
It
'cause
is
I'm-
live action.
Well, aren't they? They're
So
gonna
there,
do.
it's film.
Have you seen
Is it gonna
Jungle
be
Book?
people?
Did you see Jungle Book?
Oh, it's gonna be like Jungle
It'll be
Book.
like it's
Jungle
John.
Book was considered.
It's John Favreau directed Jungle Book. He's doing the exact same way with.
Oh, that's gonna be really good.
And Jungle Book was like
I didn't see
actually
I wanna-
fantastic.
I've
I'm
seen
not
like
gonna
the
lie,
behind
it
the scenes of the
was
little kid
fantastic.
acting with nothing.
That's crazy.
Like that kid
It's
is so
fantastic.
talented.
Bill
Oh,
Murray
yeah, he has
as a giant
to.
bear.
He
Is,
was the bear?
He was the bear. The bare necessity. Just imagine Bill Murray singing
Singing
bare
Bare
I
necessity.
loved that song when I was a kid.
Well,
I
watch
sang it
watch
all the
Jungle
time.
Book. You
I'll
just watch
it.
the scene. It's really good. All right, we're gonna move on to our next transition segment. It's called Book Smart, Street Smart. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to read you a word from our regular dictionary. I'm going to give you the
Word of the day.
it's the word of the day, actually.
Yeah.
Thank you, Wylie.
Yeah.
It's the word of the day from dictionary.com and the word of the day from urbandictionary.com. I'm going to give you the what is it called when you explain what a word means?
Definition.
The definition. I'm going to give you the definition. I'm
That's
going to give you explanation and definition of both those words, and then it's up to you, lovely people, to put both of those words in one sentence, and the winner gets a golden star.
Yay.
All right, so we're going to start with dictionary.com. The word is tutti, spelled Tutti. Tutti. Adjective. Music. I don't know what that is. All the voices or instruments together. Tutti. Intended for or performed by all the voices or instruments together as a passage or movement in the concert music as opposed to solo. The noun of tutti is a passage or movement, and it's a tonal product or effect of a tutti performance. That's
Oh.
So it's
I've
basically
actually
like
seen this on sheet music before.
tutti.
yeah.
Yeah.
Next is the Urban Dictionary, and the phrase is "sleep in your eye." It's another word for eye boogers.
That's so.
Yeah.
The word boogers just sounds good.
Oh,
So
I would call them eye goobers. Is that weird?
that's worse.
That's weird.
that's
Goobers?
Eye
goobers.
I feel like goobers much
That's
more.
like when my mom didn't let me say fart, she made me say puff.
That's worse. That's worse.
That's weird.
I want to hear goobers.
So tutti and sleep in your eye. You guys have to create a sentence, and winner gets a gold star.
I've got a sentence.
You got a sentence, Wylie? Okay, you'll go
let
first.
me run it through my head one time.
Okay, wow.
Miranda, with all that sleep in your eye, you're gonna miss the tutti.
That was so weird. Okay. That's good. Good effort. Good job. Anyone else ready? No. Alright. I guess I will try this one out. All of the people in the orchestra were not making a perfect tutti because they all had sleep in their eye.
Your eye.
Your eye. Sleep in your eye.
All this tutti was causing sleep in my eye.
These are so weird.
I'm gonna say something similar to that. Shoot. I was gonna say the symphony was
So tutti.
so tooty.
The
I
symphony.
don't think that's how you say.
Oh no.
That symphony was tooty as hell.
Yeah, that symphony was tooty as hell.
Yeah.
Hey,
I'm
Got
gonna
that sleep
start
on
saying
my
that.
hey. Heard that new song? That was tooty.
You got
Alright.
sleep in your eye? Just come listen to this tutti.
I guess I'm gonna give the gold star to Wylie because he managed to do it. Wow.
Committed.
Did?
Okay, you said in my eye. There's a huge
Because the word I understand.
a common mistake.
Common
Mistake. All right, we're gonna. This is our last topic of the day is brought by our guest Wylie.
Woo!
Would you like
You
to?
suck.
Would you like? Hey, don't tell him that. Would you like to?
Don't tell him that.
He's not supposed to know. You're great, Wylie. Don't let anyone tell you differently.
You alright.
You take
I'll explain my topic.
Yeah, do it. Explain your topic.
Okay, my topic is really pretentious and stupid, but it's
True.
what was the last time you were inspired? Just like artistically or just like in any sense of the word. Like I remember there's this one William Faulkner quote where somebody asked him, do you write when you're inspired or do you write every day? And his answer was, I only write when I'm inspired, but I'm inspired every day, which I just think is cool. So I can go first.
Go.
And my answer is, me and John got Carl's Jr. before this, and I'm walking out of Carl's Jr. and I see this little 8.5 by 11 sheet of printer paper, and it says, "Come play chess Thursdays 6:30 p.m." And I'm like, "There's a chess club at Carl's Jr. Can you imagine what that's like? We have to go
That's
sometime."
so funny.
It's I just picture these little guys just let's play chess at Carl's Jr.
I wonder how they decided on Carl's
Carl's
Jr.
Jr. I feel
Instead
like
of
that's.
Taco Bell.
I feel like chess
Yeah.
is more like a coffee shop activity.
Yeah, exactly.
Rather than straight fast.
Maybe they were just kicked out of the coffee shop.
Yeah.
They're
Go
too,
over to Carl's.
They're too intense, and Carl's like, these are our kind of people.
Carl says.
Carl called up the phone and was like, let him stay.
Classic Carl. He's sweet.
Let them play chess.
Honestly, we should crash that.
No, absolutely.
I'm down.
Wait, what days
Should
is
we
it?
flood Carl's
Thursdays
Jr.?
at 6:30.
I just want to
With a
knock
ton
all
of-
the guys off. That's
Hmm.
cool.
Would
Yeah,
you do
you're
that?
an
You do that
asshole.
too?
And yell,
What?
I would.
and then yell,
Imagine we're just
Attica.
The
flip
board?
the whole board.
Then you start yelling Attica.
I would do that in Stratego. Did you guys play Stratego?
What is Stratego?
It's
Stratego is awesome.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love that game.
Yeah, it's a game where you have to get the other person's flag and you can't see their pieces, and then you have to.
Capture the flag?
It's
I forget how it
Similar.
works. It's kind of like
it's-
chess.
Yeah, it's kind of like chess where you have knights and
More
specific, you have
running, less
numbers, and if you have a
Mines
higher
and-
number or lower number,
Yeah,
depending on
Then
the,
you win.
the version, then you beat that person and their bombs and stuff. Anyway, every time I lose that, the board was flipped.
Oh my god.
Oh
Dude,
yeah.
You know what I
Those
got
pieces are
so
flipped.
competitive with as a kid? Ping pong.
Ooh.
Oh my god, I would literally play with my dad in our backyard because like everybody at our swim club like was really into ping pong too, and it got super competitive. So I'd be practicing with my dad, and I'd literally be like screaming like, "I lost again!" Throw my paddle like.
Those paddles fly too.
Yeah,
I'm learning a lot about you.
They're painful also on the skin.
You didn't throw them.
Ping
how
pong.
often does that happen?
No,
to you?
the paddle.
Oh, battle. Why?
It's like when you get into fights post ping pong.
I used to get swindled at that Candyland game.
That candy.
My brother would set it up, and I would be there when he was setting up, and he would win in 3 turns.
Oh.
Uh,
He knows the cheat codes.
he does know the cheat code. He would like stack the deck. Candyland.
Oh,
So
you
it's
get the
would
ladder.
start-
and
you
you get
stack
the
the
other
next
ladder.
So I would get all the shitty ones. I would always end up.
You'd have to start at the beginning.
I always would end up in like this swamp, and he would just win the game 3 times. And it took me a couple rounds to realize that I was being swindled. I'm like, you just have the best luck.
no, because the thing with Candyland is that there is no skill in that game
Yeah,
whatsoever.
0.
It's 100% chance, and I never picked up on that as a kid. I thought I was like, "Oh, I'm so good."
My brother, my like 4-year-old brother knew, and he knew how to take me for I don't know,
A ride.
take me for a ride that I couldn't stay on. But anyways, let's circle back to what we were talking about. So, when was the last time you were inspired, Arlo?
So I've been constantly inspired by the same 2 people since I saw them for the first time. And the 2 people are Tessa Virtue and Scott Moyer. They're a Canadian ice dancing couple. They're a duo.
In the
And
Olympics right
in
now?
the Olympics right now.
Oh.
And they won 8 years ago, and then they got silver in Sochi. They're magic on the ice. And they have a TV show that I've
Oh,
watched
really?
a good amount of. They have a documentary. They are so amazing. They've been skating together for 20 years. They met when they were like 6 and 8.
Why do you have all these romance
Beautiful.
stories?
Are they-
So,
Are they in
but they're not in love, and everybody wants them to be in love.
They're not in love, they're just good friends.
Well, okay. There's a lot of conspiracies out there. People want them, like
Conspiracy.
Twitter wants them, and all of Canada wants them to obviously be in love.
They can make a super baby.
They can make a super baby. Yeah, and they are so beautiful and pretty on the ice, and they just like before they do their dance, they do this stare at each other, and it's the most beautiful thing in the world. And somebody on Twitter was like, "Where should the statues of them be in Canada?" And somebody was like, "One should be on one side of the country, and one should be on the other side." So everybody's in between their stare.
Oh my
Which is, I think,
god,
a gorgeous-
That is amazing.
So I've just been
So
constantly
beautiful.
inspired by them. My roommates are really annoyed because every time I'm watching a video and they're like, "What are you watching?" I'm like, "You know what I'm watching." I'm watching interviews.
That's so funny.
So like,
Yeah.
what is their TV show about?
It's like, well, after they won in 2010, was it 8 years ago? And I mean, they were obviously very famous since then. So they just had their own TV show. It was like on this off-brand Canadian channel, but yeah, it's on YouTube. But there are at least 7 episodes.
Dang.
They're all like 20, 22 minutes long.
How'd you start this fascination?
I saw them dance. And it's since that initial wow, they're amazing.
That's awesome.
They should be in love.
It's good to find inspiration.
They also won gold this year too.
That's awesome. I'm gonna you gotta throw me some links.
Oh, I have some on my phone right now. I can send you. So their most recent dance was from Moulin Rouge song Roxanne.
Oh man.
And they made a documentary on. It's like I think 25-minute documentary on how they came up with that song, and then the choreography, and then the dance, the final product. So I'll send you that right now.
Do it.
I love that.
Done.
Then what about you, Alex?
I don't have like a specific example, but like in general, like when I watch YouTube, I always get kind of sad / inspired. I'm like, I should be doing more. Just because, like, I don't know, I watch YouTube videos. I'm like, I could do this, and I have a channel, but I just don't post.
So like, what type of YouTube videos inspire you?
I don't know, just like comedy, I guess. Just like people talking about topics. I don't
Like a podcast?
know. Like the ChapCap.
Like the ChapCap? Every Sunday Starting March 4th. That's great. When was the last time I was inspired?
Yes.
It was probably. I get inspired every day. I see people.
We got a Faulkner over here.
I don't know. I get inspired by people like just doing what they're passionate about, and I'm really inspired by like honestly all of you guys. And I'm not trying to like
Aww.
like make you guys think you're better than who you are.
Okay.
But you're great. So I like the Nightcap. We do a late night comedy sketch show, and like none of us have to do it, and none of us have to do it, but we want to do it, and it's a lot of work to put on a show, a live show, and sketches, and it takes honestly probably more time than a 4-unit class to put on the show for each one of us, and there's almost 20 of us working on the show, but we're doing it because we love it and we're making art, and that's kind of inspiring. And I think that's what I want. That's what I want to do with my life is make art, and like being around people who have the same mind.
Yeah,
is pretty good. And the fact that you're all here on this like brand new project is inspiring to me.
Yeah,
and I'm really excited that this is the first one, and we're gonna hopefully make more and more.
Yeah. No, I'm super
Sorry
excited.
for how cheesy that was.
No, that's sweet.
No, cheesy, sweet.
So that brings us. Thank you guys so much. You guys all had fantastic things, and I think we all had fun and learned a little bit about each other, and it was a good time.
Really enjoyed it.
We're gonna go into the end of the show, and I want to talk about the Nightcap specifically, since this is the first show, first ChapCap, the podcast for the Nightcap. We actually have we have this quarter's Nightcap show happening this upcoming Saturday, and it's pretty exciting.
2 weeks from today.
No, it's this Saturday. My producer is getting all confused. It's all right. This is his job. Anyways, yeah, so it's happening this Saturday, and we have the host, Arlo Rudy. How has it been being the host?
It's been fun. It's been really fun.
Yeah.
It's been fun. It's been really fun. It's been a little bit to get used to because I'm not the most comfortable person when I'm have any sort of power.
That's not evident.
Hey,
well, thanks. So that's been a little bit to get used to. But yeah, I feel like the last show went really smoothly, and this show is going very, very smooth as well. I feel like we're more on top of our material than we have been, which is nice. And I mean, obviously working with you all is really is amazing and fun and motivational for all of us to get better. But yeah, I think it's shaping up really well. Yeah, we're making some changes, but I think they're all positive changes for this show. Yeah, which is
one change that I really like about the Nightcap this quarter is our production of articles, like comedic articles.
Me too.
It's been a lot of there's been some really great stuff.
Yeah, and that's just a way to like pump out do creative things every week rather than planning something.
So we have a presence throughout the quarter.
Yeah.
No, exactly. Yeah, and for those of you who are interested, you can find those articles on our website, The Nightcap with Arlo Rudy. What's the link? The nightcapslow.com. Thank you, Liam. See, now I'm wrong. 3 points to me, 1 point to you, baby. All right, that's awesome. So, Alex and Wylie, this is kind of your second quarter on doing this whole show. What has been what's been your favorite experience so far?
I really like. I mean, filming the sketches are a lot of work and everything, but I like being involved in that process of we have a shot list and rehearsing the lines, and I like being on a set for filming. I think that's really cool because that's something that I'm interested in doing. And then I mean, just when you get a inspiration to write a sketch, you have one really solid idea and you type it out on your computer, that's always been super satisfying for me. So, yeah.
Awesome. What about you?
I liked doing Palmolive last quarter. That was really fun. And then I liked directing the cold open. Was like, because like that's what I want to do maybe. And that was like the first time I've done something that wasn't like an on-stage thing.
Yeah.
Pre-recorded sketch. That was really an interesting experience, and I'm excited to learn more because it's just like it's my starting point.
Yeah.
And that's like the whole point of like this whole club and project is like it's giving us all really good experience doing this stuff.
Totally.
Now just remind everyone, we have this show this Saturday. We have 2 shows. We have 6:45 p.m. and then the next one is 8:30 p.m. The details will be on our website and social medias. It is
Facebook,
this
Instagram.
Saturday, March 10th. Yeah. One last thing is
6:45, 8:45.
one sentence to get everyone give one sentence to get people hyped for the show.
For the Nightcap Show?
For the Nightcap Show.
Podcast? Okay.
You go first.
That's a spicy meatball.
That's a spicy meatball.
People don't know what we're alluding to, but get hyped for that spicy
Get ready.
That's spicy meatball. That's gonna be a spicy meatball. Yes.
Who's going to be at the top of the pyramid?
Who's gonna be at the top of the pyramid?
Snowman Shuffle is coming.
The Snowman Shuffle is coming, and my last plug is you don't know where your life's gonna end up. Don't make regrets. Come to the show.
Don't make regrets.
Don't regret the
Is that
rest
a
of your life.
threat?
No, it's more like a motivation. So yeah, thank you so much, everyone, for listening.
Wait, last thing.
Yes,
Miranda didn't reply.
Miranda.
Aww.
I think she purposely ignored it because she knows I'm a threat.
Did you see it? Can you...
She didn't respond, but we're gonna be on Miranda Watch all week.
We'll have updates on our website.
So please don't be afraid. She's good. She's okay. Would you? I like to remind everyone who's on the show, and if you guys want to plug anything, anything. So, Alex, do you have anything you want to plug?
Alex Holmes on YouTube, as usual.
Alex Holmes on YouTube. Yeah. Wylie.
Yeah.
Oh, what do I want to plug? I guess, well, obviously Smile and Nod shows Saturdays, 7 and 9 p.m. in Phillips Hall.
Starting next quarter.
Starting next quarter. Yeah, we're done for this season. And yeah, that's all I really have.
Last is Arlo.
In addition to plugging the show, I'd like to plug the Safer Certification training here at
Nice.
Poly. It's an amazing training program that gets you more knowledgeable on the topics of like consent, dating violence, being an active bystander, all those cool things, and being able to take active participation in the conversation surrounding those things and active participation in your actual life. So yeah, it's a great program that Safer puts on each quarter.
Snaps to that.
That's that. Well, my name is John Chapman. You've been listening to ChapCap. I hope you guys tune in next week. Thank you so much for listening.
Woo!
Woo! Toots! Tootie.
Okay.